Celebrity Cruises recently implemented a controversial new policy that had a lot of their loyal cruisers saying they would never sail with the brand again. And after a lot of folks got upset, Celebrity has reversed, or have they, this controversial policy. Let's jump right in and talk about it. Hello everyone, my name is Zach. I am the Traveling Man, and if you would have asked me about 6 months ago what my favorite cruise line was, I would have told you without missing a beat that it was Celebrity Cruises. I have been a loyal cruiser to Celebrity ever since I discovered them a few years ago and sailed on Celebrity Apex for the very first time. But about 6 months ago, Celebrity implemented a terrible policy. I mean, it was a horrible policy. It was a policy like the cruise industry has never seen before. And this was very controversial because from the moment it happened, so many folks were online writing about it in message boards. They were talking about it on YouTube. I made a video about it, and folks were really upset. Folks were sending emails to the president of Celebrity, and some of those folks actually received a response and a promise that Celebrity would do better, that they would start reversing this policy. Since it's about 6 months, I thought now is a good time to update you on the reversal, we'll put that in quotes, of this controversial policy. See where we're at today, and I'm going to tell you what my future looks like, my future relationship with the Celebrity Cruises brand. So if you've never watched one of my videos before, first of all, welcome. Please consider subscribing to the channel because I love to talk about cruises and go on cruise adventures and take you along with me. But I am a solo cruiser. Like 99% of my travels are done solo. And I love showcasing that here on my channel because I know a lot of you that watch my videos are also solo cruisers. Solo cruising is something that's very important to me, and solo cruisers are important to me. So I want to see solo cruisers protected, and I myself want to be protected. I don't want to be ripped off. But 6 months ago, Celebrity implemented a new policy regarding solo cruisers on board their ships. Now, typically, us solo cruisers pay about 200% of what everyone else would pay. So essentially, we're paying for two people in a stateroom in most instances, even though there's just one of us. And we've accepted that, right? It's one person sailing in a room made for two. The cruise line's missing out on a little bit of revenue there if they just charged us for one person. So I get that. We got that, right? But about 6 months ago, Celebrity started charging well over 200%, some instances over 300% for solo cruisers on board their ships. And so, rightfully so, a lot of people got upset. Why would I or any other solo cruiser elect to pay thousands of dollars more to sail in the same stateroom as what anyone else would book it for thousands of dollars less? It didn't make sense. So a lot of folks got upset. A lot of folks sent letters to the president of Celebrity, and right from the get-go, like Celebrity started to kind of walk it back a little bit. And it was, well, we're just going to do that on some of our ships in certain times of the year. And a lot of people bought that. But I was still kind of like skeptical because I knew Celebrity had been making a lot of changes that were not popular. And this just seemed like another cash grab. It was an easy way to really punch down to the solo cruiser and get more money from them. And it almost told me that Celebrity didn't welcome me on their brand. But what's really changed? Celebrity responded to folks like they were going to reverse this policy, but what has really changed in the last 6 months? And I'll tell you that as recently as March, I have noticed some cruises, again, not all cruises, so they did start to offer more single deals and they did start to bring the prices down because they saw how unpopular this policy was. But some cruises, as recent as March that I saw, were still over 300% for solo cruisers, and that was unacceptable. However, it does seem like now, I just did like a cursory search before I made this video, and I searched for, here in the next few months, I searched for 2025 cruises, you know, early 2025, late 2025. It seems that most cruises are either at the 200% solo supplement or even less than. So solo cruisers would pay less money than what a couple would pay for the same stateroom. So that's good. And that's most instances I saw. It seems like Celebrity is really back to business as usual for solo cruisers. It seems like they've completely reversed that policy. However, there is an exception. Of course there is. And that's the reason I say they reversed the policy, because while they reversed the pricing structure, I guess, while they got that under control, again, they had to because of the public outcry, it does seem like they're still limiting the inventory available to solo cruisers. And when I was looking at those cruises, I made sure to compare what was available for solo cruisers versus what was available for two cruisers. Some of the cruises, when I would do, two cruisers, they had every category of stateroom. So interior, ocean view, balcony, and then retreat. However, when I would change it to one person, a lot of the cruises would not have interior or ocean view cabins available. So they would only let solo cruisers book a veranda or balcony or the retreat. Those are the most expensive staterooms on the ship. So it seems like they're still giving their best deals and their lowest price staterooms to those people booking 2 or more people in a stateroom, and they are limiting what us solo cruisers can book on their ships. And if you think about this, this is a way they can still make more money across the board without making it so obvious and charging us 300% or more for solo cruisers, because if they're making us book the veranda for thousands of dollars more than an interior, or the retreat, which is like can be tens of thousands more than what an inside stateroom will cost, then they're making up that cost for us solo cruisers. But it's still kind of putting a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm really curious what you think. I know a lot of other people I've seen in comments across the internet and on message boards and things. I've seen other people remark about this as well. So again, it's a reversal of the policy. They have changed the pricing structure back, but it still seems like they're trying to limit what they're going to let solo cruisers book. So is this business as usual going forward? Will this pricing structure stick? Will they continue to only charge 200% or less for us solo cruisers? Or are they just trying to momentarily appease those of us who were mad and saying we weren't going to sell with the brand again? I really don't know. And again, that's why I kind of waited a few months to make this video after I saw some of those changes or some of that reversal happen, because it's like, I don't know what to think. Like, are the prices suddenly going to jump back up? Because look, y'all, cruising, I don't think I have to tell you, is exceedingly popular right now. Like, everybody's booking cruises. A lot of the major cruise lines are reporting record booking numbers. Like, people everywhere are booking cruises, wanting to go on cruises. You have brand new ships entering the market just about every month now, it seems, and they're immediately sold out. If you try to book a cruise or price a cruise, you might notice that inventory on those cruises are extremely limited, going out months and months and months in advance. So Celebrity is making money, but are they going to continue to make money from us solo cruisers? That's the question. So let's talk about alternatives for a minute, because I know that a lot of people were so mad that they were like, I'm not selling with Celebrity again. And maybe, you know, you're still kind of feeling a certain kind of way, given, yeah, they might have reversed the policy, but they're still limiting solo cruisers and the inventory that they're making available to those cruisers. So what are some good alternatives? And I wanted to mention, you might have already noticed if you watch my channel, that I've been selling a lot recently with Norwegian Cruise Line. I've sold on 2 cruises so far with them this summer. Norwegian has committed to offer more staterooms on every single ship in their fleet, just dedicated to solo cruisers. These rooms are offered without a solo supplement usually, or just a very limited solo supplement, which means you'd pay like maybe, you know, 150% versus 200%, or 125% solo supplement versus 200%. But these, compared to other staterooms across the industry, are very good deals. And they always come with the free at sea. The free at sea includes like a free drink package, free internet, free specialty dining, excursion credits. So I really think Norwegian Cruise Line cannot be beat when it comes to solo cruisers, so wanted to put that out there as an alternative. Virgin Voyages is another one that's really good for solo cruisers. They have staterooms that they sell that are just for solo cruisers, and they're very, very nice staterooms. So let me know down in the comments down below, if you're a solo cruiser, what have you booked recently other than Celebrity? Where have you gone? You know, this unpopular solo cruiser policy, where did it drive you? Like, what cruise lines did it push you to? Let me know if it pushed you to any others. And I also wanted to highlight, because a lot of people have been asking, I talked about those Norwegian cruises I've been on recently. A lot of people were asking where I found deals, because I talk about how great of a deal it is, and they're like, we can't find deals like that. And this isn't sponsored or anything. I just wanted to mention it because it is an exceptional resource, y'all. Make sure you go to cruiseplum.com. That's cruiseplum.com, and they have a tab up on their website that's just for solo cruisers, solo cruise deals, and they designate things as deals based upon the solo supplement amount. So usually it's less than 150%, that solo supplement, but you can find really, really good deals, and that's where I always identify my good solo deals, and usually where I pick my cruises from. Like, if I have a date range in mind, I'll just go in there and look and see what cruises have a deal for solo cruisers and pick from that list. So make sure you use cruiseplum.com, and looking for your next cruise, maybe you'll find a really good solo deal. Haven't seen many Celebrity solo deals on there though, I have to admit. So I told you I would talk about my future with Celebrity, and I'm moving forward extremely skeptical. I really don't trust the brand a whole lot. You know, they've changed a whole lot. Even moving outside of this solo cruising policy, they have changed a lot in the past year, year and a half or so. A lot of their policies have changed. It's come with a lot of scrutiny, a lot of folks, a lot of bad reviews. So I don't really know what to feel, what to think about Celebrity Cruises. I do have a cruise coming up soon this fall on Celebrity Eclipse, and I'm excited for. I've not sailed that ship before, and I'm excited to bring you that content here on the channel. As for other cruises, I really don't know. I'm thinking about maybe booking more cruises with them. I'm open to the idea now, knowing that I'm not going to get ripped off. I told you before, I'm not going to pay 300% solo supplement for any cruise. It's just not worth it, but I am open to the idea of booking with them now if I find a good deal or a price that I'm not being ripped off at. So what is the lesson that we can all learn from this controversial policy reversal? Well, I think the biggest lesson is that the cruise lines, y'all, are listening. They're listening to the consumer. They want to know what you think. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad that, I posted a video 6 months ago and a lot of people were like, we sent this to Celebrity, or they were commenting that they were then going to message Celebrity or email Celebrity. I'm glad that me and other content creators here on YouTube have a platform where Celebrity's watching. I promise you they are, because they've reached out to me about videos I've made before. So I'm glad we have this platform we can share. But I'm glad mostly to know that they are listening to the customer. They are reading those emails that you send them. They're reading the letters that you send them. They're reading the negative reviews and messages that you're leaving on message board forums. And it does lead to policy change. So keep it up. Your voice is being heard. So it seems like us solo cruisers won the battle here, because we made our stance known. We used our voices. We said, enough, we're not paying it, we're not doing it, and Celebrity listened. The next lesson to learn here is do not overpay for your cruise. Just because a cruise line is charging 300% or more for a solo, don't pay it. Stop booking cruises with them. Don't give them any money. Vote with your pocketbook, right? Vote with your wallet. That's where it's going to hit them. That's where it's going to hurt them. So stick it to them. Stick it to these policies. When you see them not honoring solo cruisers the way that they should, don't book cruises with them. And the third lesson to learn here is to always utilize mock bookings. So to go into the booking system on Celebrity's website and price it for one person and then price it for two. Make sure they're not taking you for a fool. Make sure you're not getting ripped off, because that's what they were doing. They were being very slick with it. They were trying to hide it. They weren't making broad statements about them changing the policy. They just kind of did it. You had to do mock bookings to find it. So make sure you always do mock bookings. Compare the price for one person versus multiple people to make sure that you're not getting scammed by the cruise line. So in conclusion, it does seem like Celebrity is operating a little bit more fairly to their solo cruisers once again. It does seem like they are limiting the inventory available to those solo cruisers. They're trying to force them into those higher priced veranda or retreat staterooms, but at least they're not charging 300% and higher, at least not that I found. It is a little bit cheaper now for solo cruisers to sell on Celebrity. We can resume with caution selling with them again. That's what I'm going to do. Like I said, I am open to booking cruises with them in the future, so don't be surprised if you see more Celebrity Cruises content here on the channel, but only if it's done fairly, only if they're not ripping me off, only if they're not ripping you off. That's all I've got to say on this update, this controversial policy reversal that Celebrity Cruises seems to have done. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you're a solo cruiser, especially let me know. Are you kind of like me, or are you going forward kind of skeptical? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you head over to my Instagram as well, Zach the Traveling Man over on Instagram, as I do post a lot over there and answer a lot of messages over there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go down below, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next adventure.